Uh, Hello, greetings, and welcome back to another episode of Moxie Bashwell and the Adventures of Real Life and Stuff. Today is Monday, March the 2nd of the year 2022. Um, I had the great pleasure of briefly being on the live stream with the Irish Scrabber and alongside Shark Scrabber. Scrapping Irish, I'm sorry, not the Irish Scrabber. Um, uh, So yes, hello, greetings, and welcome back. Um, I was talking about this here XM2 Intelligent Cable UPS Transformer Module and its contents. I've got the boards over here. I've got my scale. I've got all the copper busted out, and I have. I'll do just a little brief, I guess, update on my work area here and what I've got going on. Should anybody care. But this is the core set atop my makeshift anvil thing. I don't have a vise. They were talking about what are some of the most important tools that a scrapper could have. A vise is definitely one of them. Gloves, a hammer, a file, some good chisels, some skizzers, some flush cutters, and these are what I'd like to add is for guitar clip things, you fret pullers. Those are really useful. I've found many ways to use those. Coffee's real important. I'd also like to add that you should have a brush and a pan to keep your area clean. And this is a really good find that I found on the beach that some surfer dropped. It's a Shark Bands. It's a really high powered magnet. Um, I don't know what FCS is. I guess that's the company that produces them or something. It's a very high powered magnet that uh yeah. Um but come on, Shark Scrapper. Maybe you can tell me if these shark bands actually work to keep sharks away. And if you're not watching my video, then I know that it works to keep away the sharks, right? um so yeah, man. This thing has got to weigh like, originally I estimated 50 pounds. I didn't throw it on the scale to see that to be sure, but I was just doing some lifty exercises with it, and it's got to be at least 25. I don't know. It's a 4-pound sledge, so how many of these 4-pound sledges can you get in there? Maybe it, yeah, I don't know. So I did weigh up the copper. I've got the bag of the stuff that fell apart over here, and all these bits. That's the front piece. This was set on top. This was set on top of those, and these were like a stack of metal that I used as a driver to help push these out after I cut them with my chisel. So that was really useful. That would be a good tool to add to the list, but I don't have one myself, so I just kind of makeshifted it up out of the bucket. All of this scrap is going to the shred pile today. So without further ado, I do. Do. Is it gonna error out on me? So that is at least 10 pounds. I gotta clean up all this stuff off of here, otherwise that they would take it and downgrade me to be a number 2 insulated copper, which is like $1.25 a pound or something, and I don't want that, so I'm going to do my best to clean this up. The last one that I had 2 of these things. The last one, it was like really gummed up. Forgive me, sorry about that. It was really gummed up, and there was just resin all the way through it and all the way around it. And he was like, do you want to take this home and work on it? I'm like, no, man, I wouldn't be able to get all the little stuff out of it. So this isn't going to work. Gravity's not going to let this happen. Hold on. All right, 10.8 on that one. And yeah. So at least 14 pounds of copper out of this thing, and I'd say even at number 2 being like $4 a pound, it'd be worth it. I'm not going to take any of it in yet because I don't have enough. I maybe have like 10 pounds of number 1 copper that I've stripped or pulled out of stuff. And then I don't know, I've got a number 2 bucket over here. I'll show you if I am able. So yeah, there's about 14 pounds of copper in this thing. So if it's, I don't know, whatever, it's a 50-pound transformer, just to exaggerate and make myself feel better about myself, right? So here are the boards. Scrap and Irish asked if there were any interesting boards, and I would say yes. I would estimate that you've got 2 low-grade peripheral boards, even though there's like chips, the little dollopy doodads on there. That's low grade. This is a power board, even though it's got those switches and some nice IC chips and some gold Enoch. Maybe if you peeled all this stuff off of here, it would be peripheral mid-grade. I think that's a category, right? Yeah. This is the bottom piece to that screen. That's probably a peripheral high grade. There's not much going on there, and there's some real nice gold pins. And then the primary board with that gold corner VGA, I could probably pull some of that crud off of there if I had to. I don't know. I have never sold boards before. My scrapyard only takes boards as 10 cents a pound, no matter what they are. Ram sticks, even 10 cents a pound. I'm not going to do that. So I don't know if it's really worth trying to ship stuff up to boardsort.com. So I may just end up pulling all this stuff off and selling that as dirty electric motors. I was wrong saying before that I could sell it as irony aluminum. They're not going to do that. They give me 10 cents a pound for all these. But at least it would condense the boards if I took them off. So yeah, I may just end up taking the IC chips, and I don't honestly have any idea what the hell I'm doing right now, but I'm having fun. And IC chips are going to go up in the future if gold keeps going up in the future, so why not just rip them all off? And I mean, I got tons of the gold corner BGAs, even out of televisions. This is my power board bucket right now. I've got some more in the house. I need to clean up all the aluminum and whatever IC chips, little tiny IC chips that are on here. And I like taking the Moss Defs because they got copper in them. This is my television board bucket, and my higher grade board bucket. But these televisions, man, even some of those televisions are going to have gold corner BGAs in them. And yeah, so this is probably out of a LCD, not an LED, because the older ones had the better chips in them. So yeah, that's going to be a whole project. That's out of a computer. And that's a really big, not really big. I've seen some bigger ones on pagers, the gold band oscillator there. But I need to do an update on my pager box, but I'm busy with life and stuff. Because this is the adventures of real life and stuff. And this is the stuff, and the adventures are within it. I've got... oh, come on, you're stuck. The wire's stuck. Grab the one that's not stuck. Magnetrons, right? I need to cut those open. My portable workstation It's the back of my car. It's awesome, right? There's a bunch of number one. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. These things are cool. I'm probably just going to stack them up on my shelf because they're cool. Even though you need like... I think scrapping what Grandpa figured out, you need like 7 of these things to make a pound. Yeah. That's... Whoops. Wrong button. I didn't need to do that. Meh. Dyslexia for the win. Yeah. So maybe I should know how many grams is in a pound. I know there's 1,000 grams in a kilo. So you need like 10 of these things. If you had 10 of them, that'd be 600 grams. That's still not a kilo. All right. Trying to think of something else cool to talk about to fill up a few more minutes, but yeah, cable cutters are nice. Koozies, those are good tools. They keep your beverages cold. Oh, yeah. This is a pretty hefty piece of copper that came off of a computer cooling heatsink, but it's got aluminum all over the bottom of it. So potentially it weighs 183 grams. Potentially I could like get a brush wheel, potentially, if I had a vise or something to hold this thing in, and clean off all that aluminum welding. And then I don't know if it's most likely tin or nickel on the outside and not silver. I mean, that'd be crazy if it was silver, but still, there's not that much silver there if it is silver. So yeah, let's go find that number 2 bucket. I got a bunch of motors and stuff. Hands in the way. I got a bunch of motors and stuff that I still need to work on, and a bunch of fans. Yeah, so I don't know. That's got to be at least 10 pounds in that bucket, but it's not enough. It's not enough to take in on a, that's only $40 if we take it in. But so yeah, and then how much of this stuff do I actually have to take off with it before they say that it's like, oh, that's insulator number 2, and they're just being stingy and they want to downgrade you so that they can save money, even though like, so yeah, cherry wood and stuff. We're sitting at 13 minutes. I got some monitors and a all-in-one Apple, and has some aluminum that needs sorted out. This bucket here is all of my capacitors and stuff. I still have a crap ton of vapes that need to be taken apart for the gold pins that are in the bottom of them. And people think I'm crazy when I tell them this at the bar. I'm like, hey, there's gold in them vapes you guys are throwing away. They're like, oh yeah, you need 1 million of them, make something. But still, people throw away millions of these things. So like, how many ounces of gold is getting thrown away, and how many lithium ion batteries is getting thrown away with your freaking vapes? Long-winded point to this. Yeah, even there's gold plating on these, like, those are for vapes too. Coils or whatever. And I had a dish of important bits sitting around here, but I think they got moved by, yeah. So this all looks like crap, but I don't keep much in the backyard, and I keep my areas clean, and all that fell off from me bashing this thing here. So not this thing, but that thing that I'm pointing at with this thing. But this is like a some sort of a fuse. It's a graphite mold for making fuses. And I was thinking that might be cool to be able to possibly make my own molds out of if I ever manage to get a forge or a furnace with which to melt stuff. So yeah, motors. I got a few more motors. I chopped one of these open, and it's aluminum. I got the file. I mean, all I had to do was that little bit right there. It's aluminum. So I didn't open the other one. That would be nice if it said this is an aluminum motor on there. This is what I was trying to say. I clipped into that, and that's copper. So I need to chop that sucker open, but it's going to be a pain. And then I have no way of knowing what I was trying to express to Scrap and Irish yesterday is I got these motors, I want to take them apart, but I have no way of knowing if it's copper until after I take this apart. So he was asking, do you just turn them in as is? I don't know what they pay. I guess I'll find out today what they pay for electric motors. It's probably 15 cents. And these big boy transformers here, is it worth me cutting them to get? I'll ask the guys today, is it worth me cutting these off to get the aluminum windings out of it? It's a lot of work. I'm probably just going to turn those in as is. I am going to bust open these fans, at least for the there's an IC chip on it, right? Come on, focus. There's an IC chip on that, and that came out of a computer fan. So is it worth the time doing that? I mean, I can sell these as well for 10 cents a pound after I take off the IC chip, but whatever. If you got them, you got them. Aluminum, copper, aluminum radiator, aluminum radiator, aluminum stuff. Yeah, cool. We know what aluminum looks like, dude. You don't have to show us your aluminum. What I am having trouble with, though, is I need to strip all this for the number ones, copper. Oh, yeah. Finding more things to bring in the scrapyard. I really want to learn how to take these things apart. I've got a few of them out of old power tools. At least right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 of them, and there's one more in that motor over there. So yeah. Greetings and welcome. I mean, thanks for joining us all again in this next episode of this is some inventory that I need to probably take apart. I may as well do some of that before I go to the scrapyard, but then I gotta go grocery shopping for a big piece of steak. I'm gonna go and have dinner with the buddy. Then I got a bunch of cell phones and tablets and laptops that are just chilling, waiting to go. More power boards down here. I've been turning Christmas lights in for 25 cents a pound, but I may as well just start cutting off these and putting them in my ends bucket and then throwing the wire in, because they take number 3 and number 2 insulated wire the same. I don't have to separate number 3 and number 2. So yeah, that's cool, right? And yeah, I've damn, that thing's heavy. I got a bunch, I got a bunch of gold-plated ends, but even for $3.50, I don't think I'll be able to make any money shipping them up to Board Sort. So why not just drop them in the bucket and sell them for 20 cents a pound? I don't know. Disregard the beverage cans on the side of the screen, if you please. And then, oh yeah, here's another motor. How do I get into this? Is it even aluminum? I don't know. Came from Ceiling Fan. I guess I'll find out later when I buy some more cutting discs. Okie dokie. So thank you all for joining us again on this episode of Moxie Bashwell and the Adventures of Real Life and stuff. And join us all again in the next one, which will be at an undisclosed release date because I have no idea when I'm going to film again. And it could be something entirely different. So thank you, everybody. Get some coffee.